Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and again, happy birthday to you, my friend. Great to see you. I'm going to keep it a wide open question. You guys have answered some very detailed questions, but as a new member of the committee, what I want to get a general feel with is I'm going to ask Mr. Schwartz and Mr. Dinnick about this as well, if you don't mind. Mr. Schwartz, you've been involved in this for over 30 years, and obviously you have an opinion about the direction in which HUD is going and where you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, I would imagine, those 30 years. If you gave a piece of advice to the committee, given on your vast experience, and I really like your focus on ethics that you discussed, what's the best thing that we could do on this committee to either empower Congress or those folks in the field who are trying to help out people with affordable housing? What's the best thing we could be doing right now in Congress to change the dynamic for the better?
Thank you for that question. My experience with NYCHA and public housing is not 30 years. It's really since I got involved with NYCHA, but it felt like 30 years.
Okay.
It goes back to something I said before, drawing a difference between regulatory compliance and integrity compliance. And the reason I go to that is because integrity compliance is not expensive. It's not, you don't have to throw money at integrity compliance. You have to be a model. You have to talk about it. You have to create pride in the organization so that people want to do the work that they have. So I would say that HUD should have a code of conduct at every housing authority, whatever size the housing authority is. They should have programs that have to be followed so people understand what it means to be honest, and they should punish where people are not being honest. You have to create that culture. And I don't know whether that's for Congress, frankly, whether that's for Congress, but it certainly is for HUD. That HUD should take responsibility for that. When you don't pay attention to it, you're really sending the message that you don't care.
Okay, thank you. And if I could do the same for Mr. Dinnick, if you don't mind, give me your perspective. I'd appreciate it.
Thank you very much. You know, there's going to be bad actors everywhere. You cannot legislate for stupidity or crime. And I feel badly about what the member just said about what was going on in Atlanta. To take that position, you have to know, forget the code of conduct. You cannot take money, given the fact that you're in a position of authority and you're directing families to specific neighborhoods. I mean, the obviousness of that wrong, you can't legislate for. So we can try to produce a regulation to prevent that from happening, or we can provide enforcement and oversight. I mean, I think those are your two choices to deal with that type of situation. For every person like this example in Atlanta, there are 20 totally dedicated people in the industry who want to do the right thing. And it's complicated. It's hard work. I think Eric will attest to, you know, what his members deal with consistently. But you can't legislate or regulate for crime. And there needs to be some way to deal with that component part. When you get a bad actor, recognize it and do something.
I mean, I was asking him, you've been there for a while. I mean, you say there needs to be some way. So what's the way? You've been there for a while. What do you think is the way?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to bad actors. I know that in my career, I dealt mostly with really good actors wanting to make a difference in their community. And while they didn't take a vow of poverty, they didn't go out and use their position to aggrandize themselves financially.
Mr. Hollow, did you have an opinion on this subject?
I think what I can offer, Congressman, is that the lack of accountability we've seen, not even just with PHAs, but other like project-based rental assistance properties and things like that, is, and the example I gave was the Bingham Madison Square case that we filed. I mean, you're accepting taxpayer money, you know, for rent for these folks, and yet they walk away from the project, completely abandon the property, buildings are burning down, the tenants are left to their own devices, and what was the result? They filed bankruptcy. There was no real accountability for the individuals in that case. I liked the example that I think it was Congressman Hill gave of an actual criminal prosecution when that's appropriate. I think that's the only way you can make sure that folks are
I
held
yield back,
accountable.
Mr. Chairman. Thanks for the time.